Kia ora, Lara here, and I'm coming to you with week 11 of my Picture My Life 2022. You can find me on various social media as Scrappykea, both here on YouTube, Instagram, and even on Facebook. This week I had a few photos and they sort of had these gorgeous greens and bright colours, especially if you look at that one with the big red circle up on the wall where it says love chicken, not war. And so I went through my sort of Picture My Life cards and came across the Summer Vibes collection, which I think is about 2 years ago. And having sort of looked through these Picture My Life cards, it reminded me how much I absolutely loved this collection. And I was quite surprised that I actually had these cards left. Just nice browns and greens and oranges. And I'm not normally sort of those spring or autumny kind of colours, but the way these came together, I just really liked them. So I sort of went through the pack and grabbed some sort of semi-nondescript type ones of the actual 4x6 cards, and I've got 4 photos through the centre that are the portrait orientation to fill up those wee spaces. So that meant that instead of having the smaller card like I often do for the journaling, I needed the bigger card, which is that one that I've got down there to the right with the flowers in the corner. Now the other side of that card is quite gorgeous too. It's sort of blue based rather than the pinks and oranges, but I wanted something down the bottom there that would tie in to the bright colours on the stripes and the spots at the top. Now my little extra tip for today's video is these little 1/4 inch strips. So I had some cardstock scraps and I just put them through my trimmer, cutting them off at 1/4 inch, and then adding my journaling on them, trimming them to size and sticking them both on the Picture My Life cards, and you'll see me a little bit later on sticking them onto the photos too. So I just wanted some labels or something to say what the photos are about, because they're all a little bit different. Some weeks I feel like the photos and things are self-explanatory, but I just wanted to label these ones, and I just felt like actually having some journaling strips. So good way to use up some scraps of cardstock, cut them into 1/4 inches, and then use them as journaling strips, because then you know exactly the size that you're going to want or that you need for writing on. And this size was perfect for what I wanted to do here. So the brightness of this page, which is week 11, sits opposite what you saw me do for week 10, which are quite soft and muted, and they actually look quite cute together with that contrast from one side of the album over to the other. So I'm going to add the title up here. I wanted to fill up some of that space because after adding all those journaling strips, I didn't really have a lot to say in my journaling notes, and I do get a little bit reflective in what I write here because I didn't need to label or sort of state what was in the photos. So again, I'm using the foam alpha, which is I think online only, or it's actually one of the clearance items with Close to My Heart, because they're not something that's in the current annual catalogue. So if you want those, I would get a hold of them sooner rather than later. They're great for stamping on, sort of give it a little bit of texture or colour. You can use the distress oxides on them to colour them up. You can even use alcohol markers to give them a bit of colour, and I have also put stickles and things on them just to change these a little bit. It's nice having that lift without too much weight, and that's the beauty of the foam. So in the journaling, just saying that as the school term progresses, I feel less energised for scrapbooking and other things. Thankfully we have a long weekend coming up and a bit of time to relax. Having those downtimes really helps to get ahead for what's coming up and getting through the rest of the term, and the highlight of the week was catching up with friends, which you can sort of see to the left of that journaling card, where we're in Bannockburn Vineyards, and we were exploring them with Stephen and Catherine. So it was really lovely to catch up with them. We used to lived not too far from them in Auckland and went to the same church, so it was just really nice to catch up with them while they were down here in Queenstown for an accounting conference. So so it's just nice catching up with friends, as well as just general life stuff. So the top photo up there is the view of the Remarkables Mountains from my primary school in my lunch break. So the kids are all eating lunch, and there was just these gorgeous clouds sitting in front of the mountain and a nice wee tuft of them coming out from behind the top of the mountain, and it was just lovely to see that. The photo beside that sort of looks mostly like the vacuum cleaner. My cat is just there in the background. The cats really don't like the vacuum cleaner. They normally move as soon as they hear the cupboard opening where the vacuum cleaner is kept, but I couldn't believe how brave he was walking this close to the vacuum cleaner. We have a chicken burger cafe in near home, which is in the Queenstown Central shopping area, and it's called Love Chicken, and we do quite enjoy the burgers there. The photo beside that one in the middle of the two cats, I'm sitting in bed. I've just done my Bible reading, and the cats have climbed up and they really don't want me to get out of bed. Then there's one of Rua sitting in the mulberry tree. The people that were visiting, we were wandering around the tree picking some mulberries to enjoy. Jace mowed the lawns before we headed away for a long weekend. And I've already talked about enjoying the wineries. Thank you for watching.